All right, here we go. Unit 3, Area Study 1, a little evidence bank. Now, you know I prefer it if you find your own evidence. I think it helps get it from the page into the brain. But here are a few little easy ones, quick easy ones that you can throw into some 7 markers should you so desire, or 10 markers. We've got some numbers up the top. That's our quantitative data. We've got 12,241 nuclear warheads. More than 12,000 is fine. 9,600 are in active military stockpiles. 90% of the world's nuclear warheads are held by Russia and the USA, and China are adding about 100 a year. That is all according to CIPRI. So that is something that you can throw into any of your responses. You could throw that into responses. You could throw some of those into even effectiveness of international law. You could use those stats when talking about how difficult it is for global actors to respond effectively to this issue. But all of those stats are going to be helpful there from CIPRI. We've got 122 countries have adopted the TPNW. That means that a majority of the countries in the world are for the abolition of nuclear weapons. That's an important statistic. Now, that shows us responses. It also shows us the ineffectiveness or the inability of global actors to respond to those issues. It also shows us a challenge to resolution. If most of the countries in the world oppose nuclear weapons, why is nothing being done about it? What we've also got there is a big fat 0 next to the amount of nuclear states who have joined the TPNW. Some words, some qualitative data and some evidence that you might be able to use. We've got North Korea conducting its largest test in 2017. That could be a cause of the issue that you might talk about. North Korea has built its weapons of mass destruction to counter any threat presented by hostile nuclear weapons states. So that is a response of a global actor to this issue. That also could be used as a short-term cause. You could also argue that that's global interconnectedness, the fact that they can now fire their weapons on states at a distance well beyond what they used to be able to. That could be considered global interconnectedness. So plenty of ways you could use that quote. CIPRI reports a clear trend of growing nuclear arsenals. That's important to causes of the issue. The UN has also imposed sanctions on Iran and North Korea in response to their nuclear programs. You could use that. The UN want, quote, a world free of nuclear weapons. So that is a way to explain the response of the UN, and Guterres said that. Russia suspended New START in 2023. There's another response of a global actor you could throw in. And 100% of chemical weapons stockpiles have been destroyed under OPCW supervision. It says support there, it should say supervision. Now that's a fantastic quote that you can use for responses. That shows some effectiveness, remembering that this unit covers chemical and biological weapons as well as just weapons, as well as just nuclear weapons. So there's a little quick fire, little evidence bank for you for Unit 3, Area Study 1. You should have more than that. You should have your own, but these are some that you can fall back on if you need them.